Hey everyone. All right, so here we are. It's Friday again, another green day, sixth green day of February. I'm up $46,000 here in the last 6 days. This is awesome. $7,500 per day average. That's great. Now, if I can just keep it up, I'm gonna have my second $100,000 month. That's the goal. I'm setting the bar high, but with such a strong start, there's no reason not to. Now, I want to remind you guys, this coming Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm hosting a free workshop. You're going to get a copy of my best-selling book, How to Day Trade. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to pull back the curtains on my strategy, show you how I'm finding these stocks, where I'm getting in, where I'm getting out. Click below to register. It's in the description, and I'll see you there. Now, on the recap today, as usual, any questions, any comments, feel free to ask. I'll come back through over the weekend answering them, and I'll see you guys first thing on Monday morning. Hey everyone. All right, so midday recap, take 2. I think this is the second day, or definitely the second day this week, if not second day in a row, that I've had to do 2 midday recaps because the first one doesn't record properly. So anyways, did the live stream over on Facebook. Those of you guys on YouTube that don't already follow us on Facebook, you should go check it out, facebook.com/warriortrading. I go live, every day at usually between 10:30 and 11:30 for my midday recap. So let's see. This morning I'm going to finish the morning up $2,504 in my IRA account right here, and down $61 in my main account. So, you know, green is good. Progress is being made. Today my accuracy, I'm only green on, well, 1 out of 3 stocks and 2 out of the 4 trades that I took. So accuracy a little lower today. Didn't get any big wins. Well, WRTC is actually not too bad, but in total, not going to be the biggest day of the week. However, it's the 6th green day of the month. I have no red days so far for February, which is great. I allocate usually 1 red month each week, or 1 red day each week, and I'm a little, ahead of that right now. So that's a good way to start the month. Okay, so this morning, my gap scanner was pretty much dead. There was really nothing that was that interesting. I'll do a time frame here on this historical time. Oh, this already is set up. So, yeah, I mean, you can see float's too big. This one, I initially wasn't that interested in it. The price is a little higher. This one's no good. This is no good. This one, SNNA, I looked at. No good. No good. Nothing. So, like, we had a really dead scanner. Yesterday, we had a crazy move at about 3 o'clock on APOP. I watched it from the sidelines. I didn't trade it. It goes from $1.50 all the way up to $3.83. I mean, this thing all of a sudden was like doing a massive short squeeze, and it is a former runner. It's a stock that has a history of making big moves, although recently, mostly when it gaps up, it fades. And so I really didn't know what to think of it. And by the time I noticed it, it was already up here, and it was halted for, I think, the 3rd time. So I was like, well, I'm not going to chase it. I'll just watch it maybe for a short. Of course, I didn't have shares available to borrow, so I wasn't able to short it. I just, kept watching it. It squeezed all the way up to 383 and then pulled back and closed at like 220. So it retraced half the move. And then guess what? After hours, $6.5 million public offering, diluting the value of the stock to raise more money. It's back at $1.20. So this, was sort of wild, and I think kind of rained on the parade of long bias momentum traders today, just because that was so nasty. I mean, this was a huge slap in the face to anyone who decided to hold it during that move, and maybe was still holding it over the overnight. So that was APOP. Guess what? BioC also announces a secondary offering, 7.5 million shares, down. What percent is this down? Well, it was from $2 to $1. It's down 50% overnight. I mean, this is what you see with small cap stocks. They love to do these secondary offerings, raise more money, dilutes the value of the stock. They take that money, try to reinvest it into the company. You know, sometimes it works and they're able to turn the company around, but a lot of times we just see them continue to go lower, 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 and it's just not good. So that was bad. And then MBOT, third stock to post news after hours yesterday about offerings. So we had 3 momentum stocks from the week that just, you know, totally rolled over. Someone's asking me on Twitter, do you think BioC is worth buying at this price? And the answer, in my opinion, is no. And I don't know if he's asking because he's still holding it and he's like, oh, should I average down? But this thing has gone all the way back to where it was, you know, a month ago. I mean, it gave it all back. And for me, these are no good. I don't want to be holding anything like this. So, so that was BioC. So when I'm looking at the gap scanner, it's all, remember, in context. In the context of, we have 3 small caps that just totally tanked overnight. It's Friday. We've had a good week already. Maybe this is not going to be a great day. Gap scanner looks terrible. So the bell's about to ring, and I've got nothing on watch, but I've got my high day momentum scanner right here. So the first stock that hit the scanner, EGAN hit the scan, as you can see here. This one I did underestimate. It ended up doing a gap and go and breaking the pre-market high of 950 and going all the way up to 1055. So I was wrong on that one. I underestimated it, you know, and so I missed that opportunity. It's a little outside my go-to price range, so I'm not super, I don't feel super FOMO that I missed it, but I did miss that move. And you can see on the 1 minute, it wasn't the absolute cleanest. So that one I missed. Let's see, the next one was PHIIK. PHIIK hits the scanners at 450, 442, and I pressed Shift 1 right away to jump in it. The problem is when I logged in this morning, I forgot to switch to my IRA account. So I was still on my main account, which is, I'm able to access it, but it's disabled because I use Sterling to trade my main account. So I press Shift 1 and nothing happens, and I'm like, what is going on? Why is the keyboard not responding? What happened to my hotkeys? And I press Shift 1 again and nothing happens. And then I realize I'm on the wrong account. I switch over to my IRA account, but by that point, well, you know, it was already going without me. Pops up to 492, and I bought the 1 minute micro pullback. So I jumped into this at, let's see, 490, 492, 498, or 490 and 492, 10,000 shares. Stepped up to the plate, expecting an immediate break over $5. Daily target was 534, the recent high back here on February 4th, on Monday. So, and back of the mind target, maybe the 200 moving average. It's a low float stock, it's on the scanner, it's moving up quickly, and there was a wall at 5. Big hidden sellers would not let it break that level, and it dropped down here to 66. I gave it a chance for the first 1 minute candle to make a new high, and that didn't work, and then I stopped out right there. So I lost 1,200 bucks on it. I could have stopped out sooner, but I guess I wanted to give it a second, thinking that it was a pretty good daily chart, and it actually was the only thing that looked decent this morning. So that was disappointing. Lost 1,200 bucks and was in the red on the day. AMRS was the second stock I traded. This one I traded to the short side in my main account, short at 595. I'll back this up here just a little bit. So I shorted AMRS at 595, and that was right here. It also had a big seller at 6, and I was like, you know what? This looks like the same thing as PHIIK. I'm going to short at 595. I've got shares available to borrow. So I'm short at 595. It drops down to 587. I covered half of it at 589. Pops back up. I stop out the rest as it breaks 6. It goes to 606 and then drops all the way back down to 78. So it did a little false breakout. But at this moment, you don't know that it's not going to go to 610, 620, and 650. You got to follow rules. I stopped out and I followed the rules. So lost only 60 bucks there. And then the next stock to hit the scanner was WRTC. So that was right here at 450. It hits the scanner, I pull it up, I see that it's a recent IPO stock. Recent IPO stocks have been strong this week, especially. So as soon as I saw that, and I saw that there were 2 headlines on it, I didn't even read the headlines. I just saw there was a headline here this morning, and there was one on the 7th. So I was like, okay, I like the look of this. I jumped right in at 452, and I added at 479 going into the halt. The halt was at 480. Okay, so now I'm in this with an average of 455. I took good size at 455 and then just added small size going into the halt. It goes up to resumes at 5. I sell at 98, 96. It comes down, it drops down, it bounces back up, and I sell the rest through here. I even add back to my position, still holding a small position. I add back at 475 here and sell on the move back up to 490, but it couldn't get back up over 5. So on this one, you know, I did okay. It got me back out of the red into the green. $2,000 is my daily goal, so I'm happy with that. It puts me up just about $46,000 on the month of February, and we're only 6 days in. So $46,000 divided by 6 is $7,600 per day. That's my average right now. I have a goal of hitting $100,000 this month. Now, I've only had one other month in my career as a trader that I've made 100 grand, and it was January of last year. But this is one of the best starts I've had to a month in recent history, making $46,000 in the first week. All of last month I made $55,000. So to make almost all of that in the first week is great. I right now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 days left. Of course, remembering that we're going to have a President's Day holiday. So 13 days left. Let's see, $100,000 minus 46,000 is 54. Divided by 13 is a $4,100 per day average. So if I can make $4,100 times 13, that'll give me 54,000 plus the 46,000 I've already got, 100 grand. Can I do it? We'll see. I mean, optimistically that would be awesome. $100,000 month needs to be a month where every single day is a good base hit, a good $2,000-$3,000, and where I have a couple of home runs. I cannot have red days. I cannot have big losses. I need to be really consistent, and I need a couple home runs. So I'm 46% of the way there, and it was thanks to really a couple of huge days. 18,000 last Friday, 19,000 on Tuesday. The rest of the days have been smaller. So, you know, hey, another $20,000 day will give me another 20% of my goal. Realistically, if I hit 4 $20,000 days this month, I'll have the 100K goal, most likely, with everything else combined. But $20,000 days don't always come easily. So I don't know that I'll be able to hit 2 more of them. But hey, we've got 13 days, and I'm going to be, cautiously optimistic and really try to do the best I can and let this be a really strong month. So anyways, that's about it for me. Again, reminder, Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to host a free workshop. Those of you guys watching this over the weekend, I would love for you to register. I'll give you guys all a free copy of my best-selling book, How to Day Trade. That'll be during the workshop. So make sure you register. I want to see you there. And let's, hopefully get next week off to a really strong start. All right, hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you first thing on Monday, live streaming 9:15 pre-market analysis, trading at 9:30, and then workshop at 7 p.m. Eastern. All right, see you guys soon. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content. Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.